I'm Bruce Flax, president of the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, here with another edition of Community Conversations. I'm in Mystic River Park with Just Mystic co-owner Rob.
Hey Bruce.
How you doing, Rob?
I'm great.
I want to say that I totally spaced on your last name as I was announcing it. So, what's your last name?
For the audience, I'm Robert Nelson.
Thank you, Robert Nelson.
Yeah.
This is very, fluid as we go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
we've known each other a while, so we can this can be pretty casual.
So you own Just Mystic, which started with us in the corner in the old toy store, and now you have a retail shop. Tell me how you got to how you got to the corner and then into town.
Yeah. So my family has been in the Mystic area for quite a long time. Actually, going back to the Great Hurricane that took out Bluff Point. My great grandfather, unfortunately, was involved in that hurricane. But anyway, so we've been in there a long time. My parents came and moved to Mystic about 15 years ago, and over the last 15 years, like many people, have just kind of watched the growth and the buzz and the vibe around Mystic just really take off, like never before. And I was witnessing that. I was working at Nike at the headquarters in Oregon, so I was already kind of in the apparel business, and I was out here, one weekend visiting home, and I just wanted to find a really nice, high quality sweatshirt that just said Mystic.
Yeah.
Kind of classic collegiate style, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. So my sister, who's a designer, I said, hey, why don't we create some samples, put up a pop-up tent, and create this kind of simple template, this shop that we think should exist. Let's test it out. And that was the first seed.
And that pop-up shop was on Water Street, right?
It's right on Water Street, right near my parents' house, right next to Oyster Club. Yep. Tiny. I mean, it's funny walking by it now. It's just a little piece of dirt. And that's how we started. Sweatshirts, hoodies, a couple T-shirts, and the feedback from the community was fantastic.
And then you guys are looking to grow, right? Wanted to get something more.
Yeah. So we, a lot of companies, a lot of apparel companies, a lot of apparel brands today kind of go e-commerce first. But we, for the business that we wanted to build, we were very much brick and mortar first. So we set about just building some relationships, meeting people around town, and really trying to figure out where we could kind of plant our flag. And we were very grateful to the owners of the Whalers Inn, Amanda Arling, the president, and
it's okay. It's all right.
And so Amanda Arling, we're really grateful to her.
I am too.
Yes, exactly. As you know, they had what was formerly Mystical Toys. They had purchased that and wanted to rent it out for a while as they kind of figure out their own plan. And as you know, you and I then both kind of opened up shop there.
Yeah. No, it was. It's interesting because I think that when you look at your progression from 10 on the block to in the corner with us with the visitor center. I think that probably was good, like a good thing for you guys in terms of not just going right into a storefront.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think I think we had a really good partnership there, and I think it was very complimentary. You guys were providing, the Mystic Chamber of Commerce was providing, a service to the community in terms of, providing guests and tourists and also locals to some degree with information and events and things of that nature, and we were basically kind of the apparel arm. It was I mean, we also knew eventually Whalers Inn had bigger plans for that space. So we evolved from there and opened up just down the street, literally about 300 feet in the middle of downtown, which we usually say is like the 50-yard line of Mystic. And we've continued to evolve, and it's been a really incredible evolution.
Well, you guys, and I think that I always say that the chamber tries to stay ahead of the curve. You want to try to figure stuff out. You don't want to sit still. And you guys clearly don't sit still. Like in terms of like if you look at just the photo booth and the ideas that you guys have, how does that all was the photo booth always something in the back of your mind?
I don't know if my sister would describe it as such, but I would say I have a pretty healthy paranoia every day about business, and I think I have to keep going, keep pushing, keep going, and so I think that's where some of that kind of like sense of urgency comes from, and some of the ideas come from. The photo booth, I get all credit to Amanda because it was her idea, and then basically I helped kind of think through some of the other components of it and then bring it to life.
Yeah.
Because it's actually, photo booths are actually extremely complicated. There's a lot of components, and it's not as simple as it sounds. But yeah, but we definitely have kind of like a healthy paranoia, if you will, about making sure that we're continuing to adapt, continuing to grow, continue to look for different ways to serve customers, which is why we continue to expand into other towns.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. You guys expanded. It was last year, right?
It was, yeah, about a year ago.
Into Portsmouth.
Yeah, so we're in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That's our second store. Along the way, we've also changed the parent name of our company to the Just brand. And we still have Just Mystic, and now we have Just Portsmouth, and it's kind of a template which we could take to other towns. Could be a Newport, for instance. But yeah, so we've evolved that, and Just Portsmouth, that's our second store. It's going super well. It's kind of just like, Portsmouth is kind of like a bigger version of Mystic to some degree, and our store is also like the one in Mystic. It's like right in the middle of downtown.
So were there things that you learned in the Just Mystic journey that made it, let's just say easier in Portsmouth?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, just how to operate a retail store is that alone takes a couple of years to really understand some of those nuances. Some of the biggest challenges is just with maintaining a really solid team, for instance, and finding a great team, training a great team, but also just with how we operate a few things with regard to customer service, how we keep the floor stocked, just even the aesthetic of the store. A lot of people who walk into our Portsmouth store say it's like deja vu, from our store down here, because we've done a really great job to maintain a very consistent aesthetic.
Which is a compliment, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
that is a compliment, like, to be able to do that, to mimic it and keep it going.
Yeah.
Do the with regards to Just Mystic and the quality of your clothing, because I know you care a lot about the quality of it, and I know that you do a lot of research in terms of what it's going to be, what the cut is, all that stuff. And is that something that you learned at Nike, or is that something that you've picked up along the way?
I've always, Amanda as well, I think we've always had an interest in fashion and apparel. Some of the finer details, some of the finer tuning of all that, I think for me happened at Nike, and some of it has happened more so just on the daily grind, and knowing that our vision is the highest quality products we can offer. And so when you have that vision, how you get there, I think you have to learn a bit on the way. So we've learned kind of through the process of doing a lot of sampling, working with different factories. We've hired some really great technical designers who have in turn taught us things about fabrics and different components and things of that nature. So it's a continuing journey, and I think had a little bit of a base to start with, and certainly an interest. But it's been something that it's kind of a craft that we've continued to hone.
And clearly the customer cares, right?
Yeah, it's actually quite shocking. I mean, I would say when we were starting out, we were very, quality was first and foremost something we cared about. I didn't know that every customer, no matter where they sit on the spectrum of, being into fashion, basically everyone can kind of detect quality very quickly.
Yeah.
And they note it, and so I've been very surprised by that. That just like the average consumer will walk in, they just kind of touch something, or even looking at something, and we'll hear them say, these are all very high quality pieces. So that's been just kind of an incredible insight, I would say.
Yeah, no, it's with regards to you guys have been, I want to say 2 years in the retail shop now, right? Standalone.
The standalone was January 2024, so 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And you guys, have you seen in the 2.5 years that you've been doing it, have you seen the traffic maintain? Like, where do you see Mystic right now?
Mystic is just a wave that just keeps getting bigger. That's how we, and again, it kind of goes back to why some of this even started, just watching the growth of Mystic and a lot of businesses and a lot of restaurants, coming in here and establishing bases here. But it just seems to keep growing, and the foot traffic's been phenomenal, and it keeps trending upward.
Yeah. Well, I think we're good. I want to thank you very much for being on Community Conversations, and until next time, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.